Hello world, welcome to Code or Not to Code. I'm Eva and I'm really happy to be here today. And as always, I'm here with Stefan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Well,
Yeah.
The last episodes, I was complaining about the weather. It was too hot. Now it's raining and floods going on. I've learned my lesson, never complain about the weather anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've both learned our lesson. We want the summer back already. And we keep complaining. No matter the weather, we keep complaining. But yeah, you know. What else are we going to talk about? Actually, we could talk about C#, .NET,
Yes.
the entire world. If you're new to this show, the two of us meet every other week, learn together, laugh together, and build our .NET tool. And the two of us also have vastly different skill levels. So whether you're a pro like Stefan or a noob like me, I'm sure there'll be something that you might pick up or something new that you might learn in this stream, in this session. We've been working on various different features in our .NET tool, but currently we've been looking at nullable adoption. So if you want to adopt nullable reference types to your project, our tool might help. And if you're interested in how we built it or how we built any of the other features, go to our GitHub page. We've got all our social medias there, including our YouTube channel, where you can watch every episode we've ever done. As well as some really, really fun content. So head over there, and while you're up there, give us a follow or follow us on any of the other social medias that you see there. We always love to connect with you. You helped us out a lot in the past with our projects and gave us really good feedback. So yes, please do that. Hello. I love when regulars come back. Thanks so much for spending the evening with us. It's a pleasure to have you. And yeah, I guess. Yes.
And also, I guess the threat is that a thing? Oh, well, the promise coming true of you actually do watch our previous episodes, like the QR lender.
That was awesome. Was that our first project? I think so.
It was. This is how it started. Yeah.
This is how it all started. I mean, the temperatures outside already like the foreboding of it is almost the season of Coalenda. Yeah, I think, can you still download it? Is it still up? So basically it's an advent calendar, but with QR codes that you can fill yourself and then give to your loved ones. I always thought it was awesome, but I think I don't think it's our most beautiful work. I don't know, what do you think?
It is our first work.
It is our first work, yeah. Everybody has to start somewhere.
The shuffle button.
Yeah.
Was the best. So we had some algorithms going on, yeah. And I guess we used the wrong algorithm there. Okay. Guess something that we need to follow up. Perhaps we should revise our 2-year-old product again this season.
Yeah, why not actually? Just some Christmas themed episodes for I like it. Oh wow. Wait. Why am I on full screen? Did he leave me?
Yes, I did. I clicked back on the wrong browser. But you're still alive, still all good, I hope.
Oh my god, I was so scared. I was like, oh, and today it's just me. So we're gonna spend an hour on like a for each loop. And then we're gonna go to bed. No,
there you go.
We're gonna continue some very good work. But before we go into the code, I think we have some trivia.
Ooh, yes, indeed. Let me just briefly check if the streams, if still all is good. Well, I guess although I'm the host, I think I should be fine to just leave and go back in. Yeah, so that still looks good, I suppose.
That was fun.
I never just left. Cool. Okay.
I've left before though.
Well, you lost connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, also looks good. And yes, trivia. Have we talked before about many ways to check for null?
I don't think so.
Because there is there is many ways how you can check for null. How do we show that? Let's have our let's have a method that returns bool, and we say is null. This should return if something is null. I'll just pass in an object. So this could be any reference type. We shouldn't pass in any struct because we would box it when we go to an object. But let's say we allow like any instance. And there's many ways how we can check for null. I guess a very classic way is we would check the instance is null. Let's also do a little if. Let's do what instance shall we create? Let's do a string builder. Builder equals to null, and we ask is null. And if it is, then we print is null. And otherwise, we say is not null.
Not null. Oh, capital.
And oh, yeah. All caps mode on. Actually, let's make this a little bit simpler. Let's just do it in line here. Makes it easier. Cool. So we can just do, oops, that's builder, of course. Yes. So we can just say equals null.
Yeah.
The opposite would be not equals null. This works because on every object, that's an object, overloads or has the equality and unequality operator. Now, string builder doesn't overload these operators. Therefore, you just inherits the regular null check. Well, actually, when you write something is not null, it should always do a null check, even though, even if you overload the operator, you should eventually still a null check. This should always be a null check. This should never be anything else, because technically you could overload equality and unequality operators and then do something else. But this is not what I would expect. So, yeah, stay true to the expectation. With newer versions of C#, we could also do is null or is not null, which is a little bit more, well, which looks very fancy.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
This really is a true null check. Because what happens if we actually do operate overload equality operators? Let's create our advent calendar. I was writing this wrong. Public sealed class our advent calendar, and let's say this one is overriding equality operators. I forgot the syntax because I super rarely do this. Operator equals. This must return bool. Is it override? I need to check. C# override equality up. Operator overloading. Oh, it's like so. Okay.
Oh, wow. Fractions.
So we have the return type of an equality check should be Boolean, and we give in 2 advent calendars. And in here now, well, technically, I'm not making a mistake. I just always return true. We get an error because when you overload the equality operator, you must also overload the inequality operator.
That's funny.
And the thing now is, actually, if I would do a equals null check, or let's do, because this always returns true, this operator, let's say we say is not null. Now, we still say is null. We still, we basically lie here. Our operator that we overloaded lies here because it doesn't do a proper null check. Just always returns true. Therefore, now our null check isn't really a null check anymore.
Yep.
So this is something that you should not do because this is breaking every expectation of everything.
Something you could do for April Fools, though, if you want to annoy your entire team.
Actually, you could do something. You could do something like is date time dot now dot date, if this is or let's say, if this is new date time. So, well, we don't want to check the year, so we could get that date time today, or more or less now. And we can say if the month is 4 and the day is 1st.
Yes.
Then we just return, day, of course. We return true. And otherwise, we do a proper null check. Like we can say return if our advent calendar maybe has some properties like private or members. Maybe it has an integer number. Not sure. Just trying to come up with anything, and we then just compare these two numbers.
Yeah.
But also still do a null check. So we could say if on object there is a dot reference equals. So we can also check if those two objects are of the same reference. Then we can also return true, because if there's really the same reference, so we're passing in the same instance twice, then of course they're equal because they are the same. And then we could also, if we would pass in 2, then we also need to do a null check, which I guess we can say if A is null or B is null, then we return false. Yes. And otherwise, we do actual equality. And then the inequality operator, we just say A equals B. So we call into that overlaid operator, but just negate that operation.
Okay, but if we...
And if we full steals, we would just return true. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is, we could do that. And so now if it would be the 1st of April, well, let's actually say we have, let's say the 1st of April is, what's today? The 17th of, month is the 9th, 17th. Because now why is this month is 9, day 17? Now this should actually say is null, shouldn't it? Because we always return true, don't we? Oh, we don't. So if we now do because that's a negation, yeah. So actually now if we were to say this is not null, let's actually create a new instance.
Oh, wow.
And we say if builder is null, although it isn't null because we do set it to a new instance, we say is null because today is, well, a special day. And if we change back to the 1st of April, now we get the proper check. And all is good again. So nice. We now have an April Fool's. Amazingness. Now,
next year we should really make an episode where we sort of show a bunch of those little tricks where you can kind of
there's actually a lot of bad stuff you can
company.
do. You can do Breaking Bad with C# or .NET. This could be a separate session. Well,
it could be to break or not to break.
You have a title. Bad.
Yes.
Cool. Maybe that's our next year's first of April's episode.
Well, we should do before 1st of April, so people have time to prank their teams.
I don't know about that, but well, actually, I'm trying to get it. If you are pranked, if you still want to do a raw null check and don't want to basically circumvent this April's foolishness that our colleague, who probably is no longer there, has left for us, you could say with the is null, you do still do the proper null. It's just a raw null check. We see here in the execution, we don't even go to these equality operators, because what happens under the hood is C# now casts this down. No, up. It casts it up to an object, because every class derives from object. Well, in fact, every type derives from object. And then calls the equality operator on the object, which always just does a reference check. So this is the equivalent of doing reference equals. So it's the same if left and right is the same reference, it's true. If both left and right are null, it's also true. But if either of them is null and the other one is not, then it's false. And with that, we don't even go into this April's foolishness and our Breaking Bad code that we will prepare the world for April's Fool's Day.
The world, I like that.
Well, actually, you can also do some. Well, there's a lot of if you manage to do a supply chain attack and get your code into the process of a user somehow. There's many ways many hooks that you can just run some code. We could inspect these, like what could happen if it's already too late. So what can an attacker really do on your system? The answer is everything. But facilities how they could do it.
Yeah, I'd love a session like that. I have no idea what anyone could do. Yeah, I'd really like that. I didn't know you had sort of insights or like topics there. That's really good. Booked. Sold.
Cool.
Package shipped.
Yes.
Done.
Then
so always use is null, the words, not the.
If you use the words, then this is as raw as a null check as it can be. Well, of course, I hope nothing like this April foolishness is implemented. But one could argue this is neglectable, and it is absolutely neglectable, because the performance difference is in a barely measurable nanosecond, sub-nanosecond area. But still, you would invoke an operator when we go into the run. We do invoke an operator, which just takes a little bit more time. Barely measurable, but ever so slightly.
Which one takes more time?
If you go into like the operator, because you invoke the operator, you run some code there, because our null check is actually happening like here. Here is our null check.
Oh, okay.
It's rather late. One could say it's barely measurable. It's maybe not even measurable, but ever so slightly. Just highlighting that if you use the words, this is as raw as a null check as it can be. Likewise, you could do this yourself. You could just cast this to an object, and then because this is now using the equality operators on object, therefore being a raw reference check, and if you compare this for null, that's a raw null check.
Yeah, but don't do that. Use the words.
Actually, I guess it's also very is not null or is null. That also reads kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
There's also more null checks. You could also use the equality comparer. There's like something like an equality comparer. That one is generic. So we could say, get our equality comparer, the default equality comparer for object, where we now say equals, which gets two instances, where we could say builder and null. And now we let this default equality comparer take care of it, where the implementation of this default equality comparer is actually calling into the equals methods of this type. Since we haven't overridden the equals method, that is actually an object. So if we take a look at source.dot.net and go to system.object, we actually see all of that stuff implemented. So we have our equals method here. And again, we see this is just doing this, checking the this reference, a reference equality, because we're an object, against the object that we pass in here. So we really eventually invoke this code This is what the default equality comparer does. You could also, we could also overload or override the equals method. And I'll just call into the base to still do the same thing, but we can do a console.writeLine equals called to indicate that this is not what I expected. I thought the equals was called. It is not.
Woohoo! Now we both already learned something. We're only like 20 minutes into the stream. Done.
Ooh, maybe
Box
the default equality
checked.
does have an optimization that if it is a null check, then it really does the null check and not go into the equals method. Or does the equality comparer only work if you implement I-equatable? This is also what could be. If we implement I-equatable, then we need to implement the generic version of equals. We see this is now basically the same signature, bool returning equals, but it doesn't take object, but the actual type. And if we would do like the same here, no, that's also, the default equality comparer does a null check just for a null check. If we do pass in like two different instances, let's say builder 1 and builder 2, and we pass in builder 1 and builder 2, we actually call into our, we also see it here, we also call into our equals method. And I think if we don't have that, then we do call into the override. What I didn't know is actually if you do a null check, if you do null here, then it's really effectively also a raw null check. No custom code invoked, just a bare null check. So I guess this is equivalent to is null.
Nice. I mean,
cool.
A little bit longer, but still nice.
It's a little bit longer, yeah. Well, the thing is about you could have this. This could be a method, and this method could accept an equality comparer. You could say something like, "Hey, give me an equality comparer of advent calendar." I'm not just setting it to default comparer, but we could like technically inject a different comparer, because equality comparer now is an abstract type that we implement to do both equals and get hash code. So if we own the type, well, we do own the type advent calendar, so we can override equals, we can implement I-equatable, we can also override the objects, override get hash code, so we can do this all on the type directly. But if we don't want to do this on the type, because we don't want to mess with the default for a reference type, we don't want to mess with the default equality check. So if where you write equals, you always want this reference equals check and not some custom check. Or if we don't own the type and we cannot even do that, you could still write your own equality comparer, where you now implement your own way how to check two instances of a specific type for equality, but also how to calculate a hash code for a specific type. And some methods like dictionary of t-key, no, that's one, actually allows a constructor, so you can pass in your own equality comparer for the key. So if you want, because this dictionary, that's a hash code-based collection, like a set or a hash set is too, where you need to, a key is only allowed to occur once in this dictionary or in the hash set. And this is not done by instance of this type, because this could also be a value type. This is done by the hash code. So when you do .get hash code, now those hash codes are used for that. And you could inject your own algorithm how to calculate that hash code if you'd like.
Maybe another time.
maybe not tab. But this is where equality comparer come in. But equality comparer also, they know how to do a proper raw null check without any fancy work going on. And
very cool.
I guess there is a couple of more methods how to check for null. I just want to highlight one last thing. If you do create yourself a record, public record class, or let's actually change our advent calendar to a record. We already get some errors because this is what the record is doing. Let's say our record only has a property. This number is a property. Let's go with that. And what the compiler creates is a class that is iequatable. And if we check that implementation, eventually we also see, so they also overload the equality operators. And eventually there must be, here is a reference check and here is a null check. So record knows how to do null checks too. And also in the equals method, the same thing. So here is also, those null checks are also generated for records when they do equality.
Awesome.
And I guess there's a little bit more ways how to check for null, but there's many ways to check for null.
That's really cool. So is that like the main difference of a record, I suppose, or what are the others? No.
I'm not sure what you mean.
So because we changed it now to record, and now we see that these are, no, it's because it's inheriting this this interface.
So we only wrote like one line, but the record does a lot of things. The record for what you mentioned, this parameter list, for these properties are generated with the backing fields. You see everywhere compiler generated.
Yeah.
This isn't code that we didn't write ourselves, but the compiler generates. Compiler also generates a primary constructor that sets this to the backing field. It generates a toString method. It generates equality and inequality operators. It generates a get hashcode implementation, which in turn basically uses this generated backing field to generate the hashcode. And also generates equals methods.
Yeah.
While also implementing this iequatable interface. So with a record, because when you have like an integer 1, integer b, if I do 1 equals b, since these are value types, they are not checked by reference. We do have two different ones. Well, they are literals, but let's play with that thought. We assign two different ones, but since that's a value type, int is a value type, not a reference type, and we don't box it to the heap. Maybe boxing that's a separate episode. This is not a check this is not a reference check, but really an equality check. So are those two values equal?
Yeah.
If this was references, let's say string builder, and we create two different instances of string builder. Now this is not a check by value, but a check by reference. So are those the same reference? No, they're not. If I would do something like this, I create A, assign a new instance, and let B also point to the same instance. Now A and B are reference equals because they all point to this same instance. And that's like the significant difference in equality checks of classes and structs. Per default, structs are by their value type. And did I say classes? So structs default equality is by value because they are value types, and classes default equality is by reference because they're reference types. But what if you want to have a reference type that has value type, the semantics of a value type? It's technically still a reference type. You pass a reference around. You don't have the value itself, but only a reference to that value that's on the heap. you could make a record, and the record now, we see all those equality operators, they are implemented to not do a reference check. Well, as an optimization, they still do a reference check, because if I have two instances point to the or two variables point to the same instance, they are inherently the same, bit of an optimization. And if they are not null, then really the content is evaluated. So we do here, we then call into the equals method. And what the equals method does really is, well, there are a lot of optimizations, but it basically checks it's using the default equality comparer. It checks the backing field of this instance against the backing field of the other instance. And if we had more, let's say we not only have a number, we also have a string text in here. Now, if we take a look at the equality method, the equals method, we see that both of these backing fields are compared. So here are the backing fields, and here is the text backing field, which means if we create two advent calendars, one with number 1 and one with let's do empty string, and we do the same thing again, empty string. Now, A equals B is indeed if we run that, we see those really are, if we use the overloaded equality operator, they are value equal, because we have basically, they are no longer checked by reference. Well, as an implementation detail and as an optimization, they are still checked by reference, but they now have equality by value. So if I create the same instance with the same parameters and the same values twice, although it's two different instances, and although it's a class, because the equality operator has value semantics, they are now equal. If I remove the record, now we no longer get any output. Let's do an else. Not equal.
Oh, okay.
Because it's no longer a record, we don't get this equality, this default equality implemented.
Cool. Didn't change any code, but
and now we have, well, we changed just with one keyword. You pretty much change everything about a type.
That's so funny.
And now they really have reference equality, no value equality anymore. Are they the same reference? No, they are not.
No.
Only if I really assign, if they point to the same instance, now they equal again.
That's so cool. That's a really good way to show like the difference between the two reference types and value types as well. Like it's because, wow, awesome. Thank you. I really like that. Well done.
Our trivia is getting more and more, I see.
Yeah, I like the trivia section from all of the sections. Like, again, like if you're regular and you've enjoyed one of our sections more than the other, please give us feedback. But I really like this one.
Well, if we continue on our trivia sections getting longer and longer, at some point we only do trivia.
Well.
Maybe that's a concept for the next season. .NET learns and we teach, like we talk about C# and .NET concepts.
I'd love that. I'd love to learn some .NET.
After doing the April's Fool thing, of course.
Yeah. And the Advent calendar. So.
Ooh.
I mean,
We have content for days, for lifetimes.
For lifetimes, yeah. For sure, especially because it keeps like growing. We never fix the issues that we have. We just add to them. No, we do fix them, but we just, figure out more stuff, and we're just ambitious. Having fun. All right, but let's actually look at some of the issues.
Let's do indeed.
We had an interesting start in the day, I guess. Right?
We had indeed, because all of our tests are failing.
So it's good when you don't change anything, but everything just death.
I guess because, well, we did multi-targeting and .NET 7 is out of support, and maybe we also upgraded all of the packages and all of the SDKs, and then some things weren't compatible anymore. but we got them all green again, I hope. So let's run them and see their greeniness.
Yes. Let's see their greenliness.
Greenliness. But there is none.
One test failed. Okay. Yes. What's going on?
Should be 4. What did we expect? We expect 4. Well, we also, from last time we wanted to change this, but we actually found 12. Okay. Well, I guess we tried some stuff out. And this is the test that we wanted to split, isn't it?
But also, because we're switching contexts a little bit. So this is
yes, we're switching.
A test from from our .NET tool where, the title should say it all. So we have the method migrate that we're trying to test. We have a null oblivious project, and then we it's a long name. Enable nullable on project, but disable for non-generated documents. Oh my god, I'm slightly dyslexic. This was really hard for me. But I think this is like one of the reasons why we wanted to split it, because of this really long name.
Maybe let's split it by having one test with non-generated documents, where we expect all of them, and then we create one for generated documents, where then we expect 0.
Okay, do you want to do that now, or do you want to fix it first?
Let's do it right away, because I guess this saves us a lot of time actually fixing it.
Okay, good.
So
that's awesome.
That's way too long. And I still haven't bought the new mouse yet. You hear the scrolling, right?
I do. But it's nice. It's not distracting me.
Cool. I'll just grab the brief expectations. .build checked async. And also this one. Oops. .build checked async. And then we just move all of the generated documents down there, and we call this ignore ignore generated documents. And up here, well, I guess this name is still for non-generated, or we can ignore that.
Okay.
Enable nullable on project, but disable for each. Or disable for documents. Yeah. Cool. How do we split? Would you mind starting from the top, and I start with the expectations from the bottom, and we just move them around? Is this cool?
Yeah, wait, I'm confused. Just the expected outcome we need to change, not the input, because
well, the the input too. The input too. So we move all the documents that are auto-generated, so they have auto-generated comment or a name that indicates auto-generatedness. We move down to the other test. Auto-generated.
Yes. We move them to the other test. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else can stay. Oh my goodness. Yes. Wait, you start from the top or from the bottom?
From the bottom.
Okay.
So I'll do the expectations. You do the input, the actuals. No, the input, not the
okay.
I think we group together actually.
I'm nervous.
Okay. No, not quite. So we have JG generated designer.
Okay. Yes.
Here, auto-generated. Oops.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is. Do you hear my mouse?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
hold
you
on.
do? Oh no. I did it wrong. What did I do? Did I do it wrong?
Do you mind if I move that because to the expectation?
Yeah.
Because here is that's our expectation.
Oops.
And so we move them here to our range.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yep.
And
I knew it
also,
all right.
I got a little. I think I got the rest.
Really?
Oh no, not
Why are you so much faster?
Let's give it a try.
Yes. Let's give it a try.
Cool. Both of them fail because, well, that's actually cool. Because what should we expect for the ignore generated documents test case? We should really expect 0.
0. Yes.
Also, if we would have made a mistake somewhere, if I just add a new line here, well, if we would have made a mistake while copying, now this test should still fail, but differently, saying like some text doesn't match. Yeah, some text doesn't match. So if I revert that.
See? At least I learned something since the advent calendar, copy pasting.
Ooh. Cool. This one is green. And the other one is, okay, we expected 4 documents. Yeah, well, how many do we expect to have changed for this one? We have
oh my goodness.
1.
Yeah.
Because here we intend to add nullable disable on top. Here should nullable disable on top. We have 2, 3. Let's comment it out.
4.
So I guess that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we also include empty? I guess so.
8.
8.
I think so.
Here we already have, so we don't. Here we already have, so we don't. Already have, so we don't. But here we need
9.
9. So we expect 9.
All right, let's see.
I forgot that there's a shortcut how to run all tests. Control-Shift-Enter. If I do Control-Shift-Enter. No. Oh, that only works in this window, I think. Yeah.
Huh.
What's the... I need to learn my shortcuts. Tests. Run current test session. Control-U-Y. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, this is really running all of the tests. Okay,
yeah.
this includes... I only want to run these. But found 12.
Why?
Ooh, do we actually add? Do we add to the ones that we didn't think? Like here? Oh, do we only add like for this one?
Oh.
Did we say we still add a nullable? We only if it's nullable disable. No, not them. I can't remember anymore.
But it would be 3, right? 3 projects, so it would be. It would explain 12.
Let's take a look at our expectation. So we have. Yeah, because for the nullable disable, we just leave as is. Nullable enable, we leave as is. I'll just, maybe it's simpler. I just comment this assertion out for just a second and see if we have any differences in the file, in the document, in the text.
Yes, we do.
And yes, we do. Oh, okay. There is just, we have an superfluous space here that we don't emit. Oh, this is, I guess, should be there previously. No, it shouldn't. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And now, why do we still have? Why do we have 12? 12. Wait a minute. Well, maybe the test is right and our code is wrong. Where we assert this document changed, and this document changed, we set here, which we set or increment here. But we also do a continue down there because, yeah, we actually don't, if there is trivia already, we don't add anything. So I guess we are lying here. So perhaps our test is good. But we here now we have modified the solution, or we have actually modified a document.
Oh, that was silly. Yeah.
And also modified the document.
Oh, okay.
Now let's give that a try.
Why did we modify it in the else?
Now it's green. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Excuse me?
Because you put this number of documents ++ into the if and into the else, and I just forgot what that was, but I could just check.
So I need to actually think as well. It's been a month, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We check if we have if there are no child nodes. For documents where we only have trivia. I think we needed this for examples like the empty one. Where is the empty document? Empty. This one doesn't have any nodes. This one only has trivia. This one only has trivia. So I think for these, if I recall correctly, for these we needed the other one. Why is it actually? Oh, is it really only for the empty one? This may be only for the empty one. No, but we still do the has leading trivia check. So I think, yeah,
but
I think that's for these three.
These three. Yeah, because of the first one, we're checking the first token, if it has leading trivia. And the second one, we check if the root has leading trivia.
Check on the root direct, yeah. Because we have no first child node. Or we have no child node.
Got it. Makes sense. Green test. Woohoo! What are we doing now? Done. Good night.
Cool. There is a bunch of comments up here.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We're thinking about naming of the actual command. Because now we only implemented the feature, we still want to make it accessible for our tool.
All right, let's do that.
Now we come into the fun zone.
Decisions.
Yeah. I'll just create a new test for our CLI project. Nullability. We also do nullability migrator specs in here, where briefly go cheating. So we start with the workspace. We can create, because now with this facility, we create physical projects and documents, and then let our tool run in a separate process against these files on disk. And we then initialize, and then we basically create some args, and we run it with these args, and then we do verification on the console, but also verification of the result.
Nice.
Cool. Let's build that test together. I guess it's very likely to be async, and test method name, yes. Accepted.
Nice.
I start with the easy thing. Now the hard part. Well, in the act, we just run. No, we didn't call it run. We call it run async, of course. Oh, I still need to derive from integration tests. Integration tests. This is where we have.
Yay.
Yeah. And this one takes arguments that we want to pass here. And yeah, what do we want to pass? I guess I think we already have in our tool a path for that. We take a look at our CLI. We already have a nullable command. So I guess we call Oops, let's no longer need that. We call nullable, but what is the subcommand that we call there? We talked, I guess those are the ones that we were thinking about. Report, migrate, adopt, enable, disable, nullify, setup, teardown.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but they are very... Okay, so what does do?
It migrates or adopts. Well, it either adopts the nullable reference feature. Well, no, it doesn't really. Because there is two strategies. We either enable nullable on a project level, but add those nullable disables on each and every document. So you don't really change anything. For huge projects, if you just enable nullable reference types, you get warnings all over the place. And it will take, for huge projects, more than a single day or a single change set to change all of this. This will be very incremental. And so you do it document by document, or maybe even section by section. But we want to enable it on a project level at some point so that new documents that you create already have nullability enabled per default. And yeah, you can, so that new code already uses that feature. But old code or existing code is still ignored or disabled. And then when you have some time into refactor a document, you remove this annotation, this preprocessor directive, and then you fix all those null warnings and add your null annotations to it.
Okay.
And the other path is that you do nothing at the beginning. You always add on top nullable enables. For when you now refactor a document or create a new document, you add nullable enable on top. And when each and every document has nullable enable on top, so you're fully migrated, then all you can do is remove these nullable enables from everywhere. And this is also what our tool now can do, like remove all of these annotations after the migration. So we have like a before migration facility helper, and then after migration cleanup helper.
I mean, okay. And it should be one word, preferably a verb. So a verb, yes.
A verb would be good, yeah, to indicate an action.
Okay.
But we could also have multiple subcommands, or we could also, let's say, well, we need some verb. We could also then, well, do we need two verbs, verb 1 and verb 2, for these two actions? Or do we do something like, or do we have just one verb and then a subcommand, like before and
That's what
after?
I was
Or
getting at.
Start and or I think what we played here with setup and tear down. That's a good.
Okay.
So like nullable migrate before, nullable migrate after. Or we could also do something like options, where we do dash before. But options are optional, so we could also, would it make sense to have both? No, not really. So maybe it really should be a verb.
Vivas. No. Well, I'm just going to say it and then you can say that it's silly. I was thinking maybe, what about nullable add disable and nullable remove enable?
That's very.
Oh my goodness.
I like it, but I'm just checking if the comments are working. Maybe when I left, do you see all the comments? Well, I hope that works in our stream.
I see in our stream, I see the comments, but I don't think anyone's commenting.
Cool. I was just wondering if, because I left earlier, I'm not sure because it looks weird on my end. So we have add.
It looks weird? Why does it look weird?
On my end. No.
Okay, good.
Oh, good. Maybe it's because I left and joined. Add nullable add disable and remove enable, like so.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit
like
silly.
It's explicit, yeah. But would we have other verbs? Yeah, well, I kind of suggested it, but now I'm thinking about, would we have other verbs below? So would it really make sense that there is like an add, we had an add disable and an add something else? You know, that something that really warrants a subcommand. Or, well, if we don't, we could maybe dash separate it, add disable, remove enable. I'm thinking if this is a common pattern. What does .NET do? Well, there is commands that do use dashes. Maybe that's fine. What do you think?
I mean, it's not ideal. That's what I think, because add, disable, remove, enable, it does feel like a little bit of a joke, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, not sure.
Because you add, I don't know, in my head, sort of like adding is like a plus, and disable is like a minus. So it's like plus, minus, minus, plus.
We add a disable. Yeah, okay.
How would you? Yeah.
What if in your source code you would do something like this? Nullable disable. What would you write in the commit message? I was thinking about add.
Oh yeah.
Disable. Yeah, actually, that sounds weird. Maybe add nullable annotation.
Disable nullable.
Disable nullable warnings and annotations. This is what it really does.
Yeah.
Add disable. Yeah, now I see what. Yeah, and remove enable. Yeah, that's kind of contradictory.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Migrate. Yeah, we do have two options, the before and the after. One is setting these and also enable nullable on the project level. The other one is removing all and also enabling nullable on a project level. But one we do before and one we do at the end. I'm totally uncertain. Should we go with add disable and remove enable for now, and we can always rename before we push? And
yeah, all right, sounds good.
Cool. So we do add disable. Yeah, okay. Now that you pointed out, this is kind of weird. Yeah, but this was what it does. Well, we also enable it on a project level, so this is not really depicted here. Okay, let's rename it later. And to do, we think name of sub command. Cool. Then let's actually just run it and see what's happening. It passes. Okay, cool. We don't have this command, so we don't fail if a command isn't found. But I guess that's fine. Or we could think about it on an application level in the future. Now let's set up our project. So with a workspace, we create a project with language C#. I can imagine it's the default. And then we add a document. And this document has some text where we say, let's just do some file public sealed record advent calendar int number string text. That's what we had earlier. And then we initialize this project by setting a bunch of things. I don't like this formatting. So by setting, it's an SDK style project, we use .NET 8 and C#. Well, we need at least C# 8 to have for this feature to work. But the record type, I think that's not C# 8. Is that C# 10? 11 even. 11 if I use class, I think may mix things up. So this should create a project, and I totally forgot how we do the assertion. Using counter, we then, oh, yeah, we don't. We just verify. No, wait a minute, because for the globalizer, we actually, because we changed the project, we also need to, can't just change the expect the console output. We also need, okay, via the workspace, we can also create an expectation that we then verify. Cool. Cool. So what do we expect the console? We actually have should, right? The new style. Should that be not sure yet? Our workspace, we can create an expectation. For now, just add the same document again. Dot verify. And the result should be success. Cool. And what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, that's also taking a name, right? What's the first argument? Text. Second one is the name. Document.cs. And do we also allow naming there? Yes. Document.cs. Let's see what will happen. And we fail because we actually have an error. Required command was not provided.
Nice. That's what we want.
And also there it is. Unrecognized command or argument add disable. So would you mind adding disable? Now I need to think about it all the time. Now, well,
yep.
Cool. So here we already have the reporter.
Okay.
So let's also add a new command. We could do it maybe after the reporter. Sorry. Maybe let's down there add the new command to the adding it to the nullable command.
Okay, but we first need to. Ooh.
You get nice completions. Ooh.
that was a big completion. Was it? Yeah. Nice.
Disable nullable command.
But we need to add it to the nullable command, you said.
To the nullable command, yes.
Okay. So like this. Add command. And ta-da.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Something no, it works. No, it doesn't. Okay.
No, it doesn't. No, it does.
Yeah, sorry.
And we also need to set a handler that does something, but I guess we have something more that we can run. Let's run the test and see how far we get. Because we should have now just fixed this one. No, actually, I think we made, because it's called, oh yeah, add disable. So I'll use the same command name here.
Oh, whoops.
What do we use? Actually, this documentation text is not quite correct because it doesn't disable nullable reference types. It does.
It enables them.
It really does that thing.
Yeah. Just.
Since we've wrote that already, maybe let's reuse that. Enable nullable on project and add nullable disable for each document.
I like it.
Cool. Just running the test in the meantime, but yeah, now we need to also set the handler.
All right. But yes, sorry.
In the meantime, I think I got something wrong in the.
What'd you get wrong?
But found error. Oh, let's deal with that. I'm not sure about the the expectation here, because when we verify. No, wait a minute. Did do something wrong? Should be. Oh, yeah. Let's do this on the test console. Didn't. Wait a second. Oh, did I guess I missed it. Our verification on the test console. Because we have this verify, but we also have the should. Why is this should? Because it uses the should. Oh, maybe I guess we're just missing a using directive, because we're using the should of the base should on object, but we want to use our should.
Our should,
on,
yeah.
It should use our should. Console assertions. And this one is in here. So maybe it's just missing this namespace and all is good. Because this extension method is more specific. It's a more derived type. It's not object, but something more derived. So this should have precedence. Well, if it is, if it is included, it should. And okay, yeah, I guess now it does, because now it uses our should. Because it was using the object should, and then really comparing the properties of this console, like if the errors are redirected and so on, and what the actual error and out is, which are all empty. And now we have also something. What do we have on there? We have should have output. Yeah.
All right.
That
looks more like it.
That looks indeed. And oh yeah, cool. Now let's. I just follow you. Yes, cool. Now let's set a handler.
Yeah. What handler?
Do you know the signature?
Is it the same as above? No.
Yes, no. It's the same. Yeah, we can just copy that, because that is the same indeed.
Okay, cool. Woohoo. Copy, paste. See, I'm so slow with like all of this stuff. So if you'd really for real left me before, we would have had a very, very long episode. All right. And then, oh, wait, I need to close params. No, that's not it. What is happening? I think I'm struggling with my keyboard. I think I did something. No. Okay, all good.
I guess we also need a semicolon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done. All right.
Now,
good job.
We should be able to ask for the project. I guess we did this already. So we can say, oh yeah, we have the file system. With the file system, we can get a single project.
Okay. Yes. Oops. No. Okay, I also still need to learn shortcuts.
And then we can pass that to our file info. We first need to get in
the project.
The
right?
project out of with. So we have the I think we also passed the MS Build workspace. So if we're the workspace, we can now open a project. And we open that project.
Yes. Project.
Via the workspace.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool. Auto completion, that's good. Okay. Open project async. We pass in the file name. We don't pass any progress, and because the cancellation token of the cool. And that we want to pass to our nullable. How do we call it? Nullability migrator.
Yes.
So let's type nullability migrator and see.
And then autocomplete.
I hope so, yeah.
Nullability migrator.
What do we have on
Migrate
that?
async.
Yeah, and I would just take a project.
Yep.
That takes a project and the cancellation token. That's also because we get that warning already. Oh no, we get it because we don't await. Never mind. We need to await that.
Wait.
And we also return nullability migration instance.
Return.
No. This method returns that.
Oh.
So we should store that in a local variable.
In a var. What is it called? No.
Yeah, you can do var. Let's do var. Then write just if you're not sure, then just write anything. That's actually how I do it too sometimes. If I don't know the return type and then
anything,
what? Yeah.
Really? All right.
Yeah. Then I either hover or I do a control dot on var, specify the type explicitly, and now that's a migration, and then we say migration.
Nice. Okay.
Cool. And now with that migration, we should. Let's see how far we get in the test. Well, we have some expectation, but we don't put anything to the console. What do we want to write to the console when this thing has completed?
Migration complete. No, migration completed. I want to say, something funny.
Then I guess via the context, we can get a hold of the console instance.
Oh, that was it. What?
Console outward line, your project is nullable ready.
That's not
Is that funny enough?
It's funny. Is it right though?
Well, no. When it's nullable ready, it's but this is actually what we use up there. So I know where I got it from.
How about like you can now? No, I don't know.
So with the command is executed, we enable. Or we could say enabled nullable on project and added like the same thing. To think about that, I just copy that for comparison. Enable nullable on project blah project and add that enabled nullable disable for X documents.
Checked.
Oops, what did I do? I hit a keyboard shortcut. Where do we get a project name from?
From the file info.
We could get that from the file info, but that's only the file name. Well, I guess this is also the project name, but we could, do we already pass this via the nullable migrator? Well, we do pass a project here. So let's ask this project for a name.
Full name.
So let's really ask the result here. This result should have all of the information that we need. So I wanted to ask, is this okay for you?
Project is not capitalized.
No, this is just placeholders. We need to fill these.
No.
So this is the information that we want to get. But like, this one, excuse me.
Yeah.
But there's an output.
I mean, nullable.
It's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's fill these interpolation holes with
so
what we got from the
interpolate
migration
here.
result.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Project.
And does this has a name or something? Get name.
Name.
Cool.
Blind. Awesome.
And also I think we also have this on the count because we used this for the test already. How many documents have been mutated? I think we also have this on the migration result. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Documents changed. And then number or something? Or is that already something?
That already is an integer.
Already.
Cool.
Awesome.
Then let us
cool.
assert that. Well, I guess we should have asserted before, but close enough. Well, it was failing with something. Now we have something else. What's the project name? I don't know yet. Does this workspace create project initialize actually return something? It does.
Nope, but you can set a name as well, right?
I think we can, but I believe we don't really care about the name, but the actual name. We just want this to be the same name that our thing here creates. So we expect project.name.
Okay.
And how many documents have we modified? Well, one. I guess we can do a good old one here. Let's check if that is passing.
Oof.
It is not, because we have absolutely no output.
Do we have to do this? No. This release thing? No.
Excuse me? The release thing?
We have the CLI context. No. Can you follow me? Are you with me?
Oh, yes.
Yes. No. This one.
Oh, yes. Well, I think, we need that. We need that if we run test in parallel, because we can only have one thread at a time. You'd use the MS Build workspace. And this is just something this is basically just that what we do here is that we await this mutex and then release it. We only have our tests. If we only run one test at a time, we shouldn't need that.
It shouldn't matter.
But you're absolutely right. We need that later when we run the test in parallel. So it should fail later when running this test in parallel.
Okay, so something's wrong beforehand.
Something's wrong indeed.
Do we have to do
enable?
No, we don't do it.
The console output is just dramatically empty. Let's see if we go into our code here, into our handler. Debug.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, you saw it? Yeah, we don't hit that. Not. Oh!
I think, is this command wrong?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because we changed the nullable command.
Autocomplete is not always right, I guess.
So no. That was good because we add the disable command to the nullable command, but we set the handler for the nullable command.
Yes.
But we need to set the handler for this disable null command instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we say we expected one file, but actually have two files.
Nice.
Okay, so I guess this actually means that we pass this one. If I were to add an underscore here, we already passed that assertion.
Oh, really?
Now we fail here. Yeah. Now we have this underscore problem here. But if we remove that, actual text, nullable enable on project, test project, and underscore. But what we actually had is enable project on project. Well, it's just called test project and added nullable for one document. So that's good. This expectation is passing. Now we are here.
Oh.
And here we have a problem because, yes, we do not do the project. We also need to append the CS purge that is expected. And I'm not sure how we did this for this other command, because here we are actually mutating the project. So we only assert, I guess our output here could be a little bit more helpful. I don't know why I thought so long. I need to put my computer into focus mode because I'm getting messages. Anyway, so we do only have the...
I don't get any messages.
Well, I'm muting myself now, so
okay.
I don't want messages right now. Well, I do want messages, but the right console output message. Yes.
Nice.
So we only, in our expectations, we only add...
That's a funny name. Is that how it's spelled? Wow.
Is it not?
Yeah.
It is.
Hierarchy. That's funny. Never seen that. Learn something new.
Because we have... I just should have just scrolled down. We built this already with keeping it in mind. We only have this document, but we do not have this test project that we also want to assert. And I'm fairly uncertain how we did this for the globalizer. Let's see.
Yeah.
Did we actually just... Oh, yeah, we have some helper to create a project for us. I will copy that. And project text. Is this just a using that we miss? Yes. We actually net 8. Using C#11 here. Not C#1. Cool. Now let's take a look at that. Ooh, this is incorrect because we also... well, we see it in just a second. Yes, we're missing something, but we'll come to that. To do. And okay, and it's also success. Amazing.
Perfect.
But let's jump to the file system view. And let's go to our artifacts. They are not in source, therefore I don't see them here. Let's open a browser. Explorer, I mean. If we take a look, artifacts, just run this test again to get a clean output, because we do mean to modify the project. And here is the CS project. Can I open a CS project here? No, I'll open another Just do the code instance here and paste it in here. Because if we take a look at the document, nothing has changed. So we haven't really mutated the document. And also we haven't really muted the CS project because we should have, well, okay, nullable enable is there. Yeah, this is what should be there. Cool. But we're missing that. In other words, well, because what we actually should have added is nullable disable.
Yep.
I forgot to add this. But we don't. Because what is still missing in our production code, we just, where is it? There it is. We only do this migrate async, but this migrate async now, that doesn't really mutate the project or the solution. Well, because it wasn't everything is immutable. In this mutability migration, we do create a new project. But now we need to use this new project to replace the old project via the MS build workspace. Does this make sense? I take that as a no.
No, kind of. So we create we create a new project.
We have here entire new project, but we don't do anything with this project yet. Well, we do ask it for its name. But we don't use this project or any of its documents and actually write them to disk yet.
Okay.
And for that, we also need to use the MS Build workspace,
Mm-hmm.
and just workspace, and on that is some apply something, apply changes, I think. And this one takes a solution. So can we ask the migration.project for its solution? No, we can't get the solution of a project.
No.
There is no back reference to it. I once again go cheating.
This, yeah.
To our, oops. Because we solved this already previously with the migrator, we also had to, we need to do some .NET Framework things. Maybe we may need to do them again, but we...
Result of project.solution.
Here's the project. And do we not apply?
Yeah, we do online.
Do we do it manually? Excuse me?
Isn't it 97? Apply changes?
Oh, yes, indeed. But we do project solution here. Why is this not? That's a project. Code under this project.solution. Yes. Why is this a different project? That's a different project. No, is it? Workspaces? Dot?
Solution. What? Okay, I blame it on the ID.
That's good. No, it's cool. Yes. And let's see what's happening. Success. That was way too easy.
You don't look happy. Oh, okay.
It was way too easy.
Never trust the green text.
Never trust, but it was red before. Then we changed code. Now it's green. That's actually how it should be.
Yep.
I'm still not certain. Well, it was way too easy. Well, whatever one could say, how easy anything with Roslyn is, but taking a look at the output, we can confirm that when we load these two new documents here, we have nullable enable, which is good, and we have the disable. Yeah, it's good. It's working.
Yeah, we should. Let me try this. Let me try again. We should still do this try catch finally, right?
Yes, because when we run all of the tests, this will fail because our tests run in parallel, but we can only use one workspace at a time, and therefore these tests are messing each other up. So there can only be one MS Build workspace, I think, at a time. So I guess just confirming that we will soon get some, error here. And
This is cancellation. Yeah.
That looks fine because we try to, but we still need to. Why are they passing?
No.
They should be failing. Anyway, do we not need this anymore? But as I guess because we do, context release, but we also need to wait for it at the beginning. So before we start using the workspace, in our case, because we have like I guess we're actually having test code here. No, we have actually code that we need for our tests, but we don't really need for our production code. So I'm now thinking about maybe there's something we should change, but yeah.
This one should be outside.
No, because we start using the workspace here.
I thought
what we need to do is to await that mutex. So we say dot wait async, and also, as always, pass forward the cancellation token. I was actually wondering why this wasn't failing. If we just remove these again, and I was expecting failure. Well, we did upgrade our packages now to newer versions. but I would kind of doubt. Let's see, .NET test. Let's run all of them. Silence. Yeah, they do take a while, but I would expect failure at some point. No. Interesting. Oh, because, yeah, I guess because we got rid of the multi-targeting, is it?
Oh, well, no, I thought this was if you run tests in parallel. That's the problem.
Yes, but I think it
And we did.
actually should. Why is this no longer? Maybe we don't need this anymore.
All right.
Let's
destroy. Whoops.
Let's still keep it for now.
All right.
But I'll need to inspect this to do. Do we still need this? Because then we should get rid of it everywhere. Maybe just remove it.
Yeah.
And all is cool. Great, but the tests is green, and both the integration tests of our migrator and our reporter. Is there anything more that we should? Well, actually, yeah. I really don't like this type here because we have public fields. I feel compelled to change this now. Is there a refactoring maybe? Like to refactor this class. Refactor inline field extract interface superclass. Guess what we should do is a type that takes a. Maybe we can, if we just make them to properties. I guess then the refactoring should be kicking in, where we make them read only, so that the CLI application cannot change anything about that. It gets X document changed, and then that's a fact. Initialize property from constructor. Yes, please. And initialize documents changed from constructor. Yes, please. Let's keep the order. And
nice.
What does it complain about? It wants to use the primary constructor. Okay.
Okay. Done.
Cool. And then, of course, this doesn't work anymore unless we make these init. No, we have a primary constructor. We need to call that. So we would now need to, when we create this, pass this like so. And now we should be good.
Nice.
That's one of the nullability tests. And I think preference properties, that's done. Yeah, we also need to think about solutions, but that's, I guess, then just doing the same thing again and again on the solution level.
Yeah.
So we'd like to think about the other way around, about disabling, no, remove enable.
Yeah. Yes, I'd love to think about that.
So in the nullable migrator, we currently only have migrate async, where we don't really specify the one of these two variants. How should we go about that? Do we want to have a separate type where we separate them out? Do we just want to have a separate method to still be on the same type? Or do we pass some arguments indicating which variant we want to take?
That's a good question. I this is not an educated opinion, but it is my I would put it into the same, like I would put it in nullability migrator, have a different method, because it does belong together. And I think it's just more readable to have two different methods that to do two different things than to just have it in the input. But what do you think?
I liked it.
Okay, cool.
I liked it. How do we call the previous method?
All right. Well,
Add disable
yeah.
async. Kind of weird, but at least we use the same name everywhere.
Yeah. We can rename it.
We can rename indeed. And then we have remove
enable
async. It is
it's a bit
kind
funky,
of wrong. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I can copy this, right?
That's, I guess, one of it's the same. If parts of it are the same. Well, you know what? Let's copy it for now, but we also need a failing test, don't we? And then we copy parts of it over.
You're absolutely right.
So at the beginning, just go ahead and return to get it compiling -1 and null. Just to get it compiling. We also have a warning just to get rid of the warnings. I just do an await task dot completed task, which doesn't do anything. Cool. Now let's go to the nullability migrator specs. And we have free test. Can we reuse or parameterize these? No, because we now need the opposite of where the stuff is added, and then we remove it.
But otherwise, it's the same, right? I think we can.
They're quite similar, yeah.
Copy,
not the
paste,
same, but
and edit.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote copy, paste, and edit. So
that's what we will do.
Oops. Am I still in the same? Oh, so long. Okay.
Just
I got it.
On the previous project, ignore generated documents.
I'm just going to do my thing.
Copy all of the tests.
I'm going rogue. Okay.
Let's copy all of them then.
All right. Take a while. Can take a while. Oops. Okay. Woohoo. Oh my goodness. I'm like copy pasting pro. All right.
We copied?
Yes, and paste.
Because then I start renaming to add disable. And add disable. And add disable. And now we do remove enable, which I guess the opposite, nullable disable.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
We now add them to all of these documents on the top. Well, that's commented out. So this would be a nullable disable, but it's commented out, so nothing should change on document 4.
Is it really?
Here we should have it. Excuse me?
Wait, maybe I confused myself with our logic, but if it's commented out, shouldn't we still add it? No?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes, but what if it isn't there? Then there's, well, in our case now. So, yes. Well, in the other case.
Oh, we also didn't
I think we do edit. But this is now, we just copied it over, so now we do need to opposite. So if we have it already,
oh my goodness.
But it's commented out, we don't want to remove it. But if it isn't there,
yes, of course.
it. So this should remain.
Got it.
And here and here.
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm doing
on empty. We don't do anything. Now nullable disable. Oh yeah, is there something? What if we don't? What do we want to remove? We want to remove nullable
nothing
enable. So actually, I don't think we need, because for the other way, we didn't want to add it if it's already there.
Yeah.
But for us now, the other way around would be, well, we don't want to remove it if nothing is there. So I just call this nullable default. So it's not there. And then we can just remove the rest because I don't think we need these.
But that's the
anymore.
same as the comment, right? Commented out
That's
one.
also fair. So be gone. And we just have here, we have it afterwards. So we only want to remove this, but not that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think we have. Do we have all the cases? I think so.
Assume so. And now for the expectation.
Should we have one where we actually have nullable enable explicitly, but we don't do anything then, right? What do we do?
Oh, wait a minute. We remove enabled. It actually should be. Yeah, my bad. We don't nullable disable, we nullable enable. We have nullable enable all over the place. My bad. This is what we need to remove.
Oh my goodness.
Because we remove
this is so
enable.
complicated. Nice.
It's the opposite now, yeah. My bad.
Okay.
This is, yeah, and we only remove that one, but not that one. That's inverted disable, so this must remain unchanged.
Okay. I hope that's right now. I'm confused.
And for the expectation,
yes,
all of the nullable annotations on top should disappear. Well, not the comment though, that remains.
Yep, and not the auto-generated.
Disappear, 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 empty. Although empty is kind of empty, so this remains quite empty. We, which one did we remove? We removed,
I think all
9 empty, nullable.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them. Indeed. And here we have it like so.
Okay.
And then we expect how many documents to be changed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Cool. And for the remove enable. For the auto-generated ones, well, if they say auto-generate should be on top. Well, I guess we should do both nullable enable. But what if it's here? This shouldn't be touched.
No, because when it's auto-generated, the comment is right at the top, right? Or it is in the name, in the file name.
Now I'm unsure if this qualifies, as it still has an auto-generated document from a Roslyn perspective.
What?
I'm not sure if because that's trivia. But this is also trivia. So I'm not sure if this is considered. Well, let's go to the source. Source.
Yep.
That's Roslyn source dot net source Roslyn dot something. Source Roslyn.io, of course. And there is something about the generated code utilities. And okay, here the generated comments. So let's see what they do. What does Roslyn do? It begins with auto-generated comment. It checks if is there leading trivia, then we get the leading trivia. And if this is not a comment, we continue, therefore returning false. So no, I guess it really should be top comment.
Yep.
Check to see if the text of the comment contains an auto-generated, because we get the text only if we have leading trivia. But okay, but we do go through all the leading trivia. So it goes through all the leading trivia. And actually, what is that invoked with? With the root node. And it goes through all the leading trivia. So if it's not a comment, we continue. Therefore, I think that's confusing. Therefore, I think syntax tree, if we have something like auto, I just do any comment and nullable disable. I think this is all still part. Yeah, because here is our using directive. That's this one. Let's do maybe something like this to make it more clear. With our compilation unit, our class unit, and on the public keyword, here we have this trivia, and it's the nullable trivia. But also, here is our leading trivia, and that's all. So I think, yes, okay, what if it's the other way around? If we have disable like so, and auto-generated here now? I think that this still qualifies as an auto-generated document. Because we go through all the leading trivia, which I think is all of it here, where we have both this nullable trivia, but also the auto-generated content. If I read that right, I think that's what it is, because we go through all the leading trivia, which we have here. If we would have trivia down there, auto-gen, this is, well, this is then on a nested node. It's no longer on the root node.
Okay.
So I'm fairly certain that from a Gaussian perspective, this is still an auto-generated document.
Okay.
Therefore, I'd like to have it both
in the test.
This one and this one, yeah.
Okay.
So they should not be mutated, and this should not be mutated, this should not be mutated, this should not be mutated, and none of them should be mutated because, yeah, and then we just add them all at, oh no, this was the other way around, right? At the top of each document.
Nice.
Then we say remove enable async, and then we expect 0 here to come. I guess I also forgot to change this one here. We remove enable async. And when we call remove enable async, it should not work with Visual Basic either. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we have a bunch
no,
of tests.
that's not what I wanted to do.
Ooh.
I did it wrong.
Oh, yes, very good. And let's
run.
All of them. See them fail.
How confident are you?
Oh. Now it's that it fails 100%.
Nice. Woohoo!
It should, because because you implemented anything. Okay, now let's implement the code and get these one fixed one at a time. Where is it? There it is. No, that's the specs. Bloop, 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 bloop. Nullability migrator. There it is. Yeah, I guess we can start copying code over. Or, well, we could, yeah, let's copy it for now, and then later on we refactor duplication.
Okay.
So that we don't have any duplication.
So do you want to just copy everything over and then remove stuff?
Well, no, let's do it step
line
by step.
line. Yeah, okay.
Well, let's do the,
this
we
one.
can start with that one, yeah. So that's an easy win, because now Visual Basic should throw, because we don't support Visual Basic. I think Visual Basic doesn't even have nullable reference types, so nothing we should need to think about other than not supported.
Perfect.
Excellent. And now we need to actually, do we still need this yield here? Do we have anything async really here?
Await Roslyn utilities get syntax root async.
Yeah. So this is definitely something we don't need anymore. Boom. Cool. Then, yeah, we want to get a hold of all of the auto-generated all of the non-auto-generated documents. So we need that too.
What?
I guess, you know what? Let's copy all over, and then we see what remains.
Okay. Oops. Yes. Oops.
Splendid. Well, let's see what's happening.
Splendid. I like that word.
Yeah. Fail. Cool.
Yeah, okay, but we're calling...
We're doing something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not removing an enable, we're adding disable.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Wosling time. We go through all documents that are not auto-generated. We get a hold of the syntax root.
Yes.
We again check if this is auto-generated because our code is very similar to the one that Wosling does. We check if we have, this actually, I think we copied that over from the Wosling utilities because this is an internal type that is not accessible. And maybe we could use reflection to call that, but nah. Where we do the same thing, we get the leading trivia of the root, go through all the trivia list and see if there is anything auto-generated going on. And if it is, we return true because auto-generated otherwise false. And then
There was something, can you scroll down a little? Oh, maybe, yeah. This continue is gray. Why?
I guess Wider has a suggestion here. Okay, this is not needed because if we don't do anything,
okay,
there is if we hit this else block here, what we do is we continue. So we jump to the beginning of the loop for the next iteration. What if we didn't have to continue? Well, we would go on. Else, well, we already entered the if, so else isn't entered, and then the method ends. So yeah, that's redundant.
Okay.
And I kind of like the explicitness, but we could also...
Yeah, I don't mind. I was just wondering if we overlooked something there.
No. Also, we have a bunch of tests for these. I'm fairly certain. No, one usage. That's not good. Well, that's a private method. We call that in here 5 usages. Yes, we have a bunch of tests.
Okay, good. Perfect.
We have even specific tests for that, where we auto-generate comment, where we have... So we actually have... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a bunch of tests for these. Yeah, we test a lot.
Good. Good.
Cool. Then, yeah, those are the IDs we used. And now we want to remove that nullable directive. That means here we use the syntax factory to create a new one in order to add that to the document. This is not what we do. This is not what we need. So I guess we can get rid of all of that.
Oh, goodness.
Now we go through the list. We again get the first token. Well, let's see where this goes. We check, do we have leading trivia? And if it is a nullable directive, now we need to do the opposite. Now we need to remove it. If it is a nullable directive, it must be gone. Actually, only if it's an enable one.
Yep. So another and?
I believe so, but how can we check that?
Contains enable.
Let's see. Well, maybe it is. So that's a syntax trivia list, and the syntax trivia list is, of course, a syntax trivia, and the syntax trivia has... You know what? Let's make it more interactive. Let's just debug the test. Oh, comment out that thing. And something is not compiling. We debug the test and see where we go. But this one. Cool. And this trivia. Oops. It's of language C#. That's good.
What's this raw kind? It's an integer.
Yeah, I think this is. I think
it's
this
like
is
a number of. Okay.
Yes, that's the kind as an integer. I think if we do this isKind method check, what it does under the hood is checking this raw kind against the integer version of the syntax trivia.
Wow.
So because the syntax kind is, that's like a huge enum with a lot of values. And somewhere we have, what was the 88? No, what was the number?
9055 maybe. Try.
Oh
wow!
Indeed,
Oh my goodness!
This nullable directive trivia.
Very cool.
And I think they do that like this with an integer-based thing. Because if you could only check it by an enum, then you need to have that full enum available. But what if you have an older version of Roslyn, but you still wanna optionally support? Because when you use a newer version of Roslyn, you need newer versions of the SDK to be compatible. So what if I want to have an older version of Roslyn to be more compatible with IDEs and tools, but I still want to support new features? Then you can look into the code of Roslyn and you see, okay, you have a nullable directive trivia. Let's see, I'm using an old version of the C# compiler of Roslyn that doesn't support C# 8 yet. That means we don't have this nullable directive trivia available because this was added with C# 8. But I still want to support that C# 8 feature. I want to be aware of it to some degree in my tool. Then I could check here, oh, this is 9055, and you could basically do the same check. Is raw kind equals to 9055, saying this is now a syntax trivia. I think this is why there is this raw kind check to allow forwards compatibility. Is that forwards compatibility? Not sure.
Yeah. But unfortunately, there's not a specific one for enable and disable.
No, that's the same trivia. So we need to, indeed, yes, we need to find that out in the. So there is an underlying node.
No, there's in the
there's a nullable directive trivia syntax. So we need to. Can we say .get type? No, that's just a syntax trivia. But there is this underlying node, which has nullable directive trivia syntax. And I think this one we should be able to ask about that. The question is, how do we get this? Can we just say underlying node? No. Node has annotations. I'm not sure how we can. What kind contains diagnostic full span, has structure, is directive. This directive should be true. Yes, it is. Span syntax token. No, that's the token of the syntax tree. Get location, get structure, get annotations. Get location, get structure. I do not know what that does. Yeah, that looks good. I don't know what get structure does, but apparently it gives us the nullable directive syntax trivia. Cool. So we need to. Actually, I guess we can cache that token. Let's introduce a variable for this. Let's call this syntax trivia. And of that, we can. No, wait a minute. This is bad because what if we don't have leading trivia? This will fail. We first need to do the check here. Yeah, let's do it just here again. We can say, oops. And dot, what is this? Get structure. Dot. This is now a, and we need to cast that. If that structure is a syntax, what was the type? Nullable directive syntax trivia.
Wow.
And now this one we could ask, and trivia dot, let's see, if we take a look at this type, it has hash token nullable keyword.
Nice.
That looks very promising. And now, oh, that's a huge document. Don't went to it. No. Close. Okay. I forgot what it was.
No, it was nullable operator. No, nullable.
I forgot.
What was it?
I'll debug into it again, and then we can see the structure more dynamically. And yes, so now our trivia has a hash token. Yes, it has a location. It has the nullable keyword. Okay.
Yeah.
This now is a syntax token, and this nullable keyword. Oh no, but that's just a nullable keyword. You need to enable or disable. Is this also part of that? With we have the span. We have the here again is this war kind.
Setting token, what's that?
Ooh, is that the nullable? There's also nullable directive trivia, which is that nullable enable? Excuse me?
What about the setting token? If you scroll down a little bit. Is this it? No.
Ooh, that's the enable keyword. Yes. Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Woohoo!
Setting token. Would you mind to use the setting token to ask the trivia here? So, and trivia dot.
Oops. That was a lot of dots. I have to remove it. No, I can't. Okay.
You can also hit Control
Setting
space to invoke this auto-completion list. And now we need to ask, because this is now a syntax token.
And we need to
opened this generated document again. Error.
We need to pass it to
let's check. Is there something we now need to check it if it is? Because it says there is also this enabled keyword. So somewhere we have an enabled keyword. Where would this be? Is there like syntax token dot
is keyword? No, that's wrong, right?
Is keyword? That looks really good. And how do we get this? And like, yeah. I think that's cool. And now we need this enabled keyword. Where is this? There is a type that has all of these. Syntax token. Syntax token. Dot enabled keyword. You know what? Let's ask if we can find this via the source. Enabled keyword. Damn it.
Enabled keyword, right?
Enabled keyword.
Without the D?
I think it's enabled. Oh. Is it not? Ooh. But that's Visual Basic.
Oh.
Cool. It's the enable. Oh, yes. Yeah, you were right. And this is on syntax kind.
Okay.
So can we pass syntax kind dot enable keyword?
I think I know now what happened. Where am I? Oh my goodness. Syntax kind. Oh. Syntax kind dot. Was it syntax kind? Am I wrong?
Is there an enable keyword on there?
Enable keyword.
Cool. Yes. But I guess since this is a kind, can we ask is kind?
Yeah. Can try. No.
Oh no. Instead of is keyword, can we ask is kind?
Oh.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Okay. Got it.
And now we should know that we have the node indeed that we want to remove.
Okay.
And now let's remove that node. And I will paste in, because I see we're already at time as always. Let's reuse the code. So we have from the leading trivia, I guess we can remove.
Remove.
And what does remove take? It takes a syntax trivia. And where is our syntax trivia?
Well,
it should be this trivia. So can we just pass trivia to that remove method?
Ah, easy. No.
Without the index? Oh. No, we don't. Because that's a syntax trivia. That's a struct. What we have here is, because we get the structure, I believe. Maybe we just do that. First token dot leading trivia, because that's the actual trivia. Now we have a changed list. What we do here is then first token with leading trivia. Okay, we've now removed. Then we replace on the node the token. Should be cool. And let's do the same thing for there as well. We get the leading trivia. Let's say get leading trivia on index 0. I'm now wondering if we can do some fancy pattern matching in here. So we want to ask here if, because get leading trivia gives a list, and from that list we want the first item. So can we ask it for var? Oops.
Wow, first bless item. You.
And then, danke. And then I guess we can do the same thing as we did up there. I hope. First token. Oh, this already is trivia, so it's just first trivia, and we replace these. Structure check if it is that, and if it is, then we do again. Oh, what was there before? Did I override something that is no? Yes. Then we. We want to remove with leading trivia. Can we say remove nodes? But this is not a node, is it? It's trivia. I'm not sure yet. Let's just run a test and see how far we get.
Yep. Good shout.
Cool. Eight, but found 7. Yeah, because I think we don't take care of this yet. So we do need to, but I'm uncertain.
So can you just remind me what's the case here now? I
think that's the empty. That's the. Oh, wait a minute. Fair question. Let's find out. I'm uncertain. What happens if we get in here? Maybe we don't have this case because. No, we have. Oh, do we even have this case? Because I think we had this for an empty document. If we don't have an empty document, there's nothing to add, right? Oh, we don't even hit that case. Maybe that's totally not required.
Okay.
Where do we have 8? Let's see. We are. Want to remove that? 1, 2, 3. Don't remove. 4, 5, 6. Nothing to remove. 7.
No.
Why do we have 8? Did we miscount? 1, 2, 3. Don't remove. Commented out. 4, 5, 6. Nothing to remove. 7. 7. That's good. Yeah, we don't. To answer your question, no, we don't need that at all. as my mentor always used to say, I think he still says it, deleting code is good.
Oh, yeah. Feels good.
We have a passing test.
Ooh.
And what about these auto-generated documents? 9.
No.
But found 1. That's embarrassing.
Okay. Debug.
Which one? Ooh, always our. Is this now the auto-generated one that I tried to convince you of that this is auto-generated, but maybe it isn't?
There you go.
So were you right all along?
Probably.
Probably indeed. This document is my document 7. It is that one. So, no, wait a minute. My document 7.
Not.
Why is this not?
Is it?
Why is? Oh no, it is indeed. We have the auto-generated afterwards.
After the nullable enable.
Yeah, so this is not. So maybe our nullable, we either found a bug in our. Okay, no, I'm not sure anymore. Is this really auto-generated?
I think
maybe.
No. Because I think if it's auto-generated, surely the first thing they do is let you know that it's auto-generated with the comment or like a file ending or both.
Because this is, how can we find out if Roslyn considers a specific file as generated or not? Well, maybe we produce a warning, because I think Roslyn doesn't want for auto-generated documents, I think. So let's do a little test here. We had here auto-gen. And let's have a class, public class, my class. And in this my class, we have a public void my method. Let's say this one is async task, but we don't have any await. So I think this should trigger a Roslyn diagnostic if we do a .NET build. We get warning. Is this the document autogen? Yes, we do get that warning. Okay. Now, if we say auto-generated, will Roslyn still warn? I'm not certain. It does. Did it do the auto-generated right? Yeah. Okay, so Roslyn still wants there. How can we find out that logic? Well, maybe. We just copy that code and see. So what if we just use that same code here in our... Okay, this made a little bit of a digression. Is that English?
English.
We have some more stuff going on here. Well, this will be syntax root. Okay, syntax root. We have this one. Oops, oh, it's static, of course. Let's go here. Okay. What is comment? That's just a func that's passed in. But what do we use for this func? Well, I guess it's checking if something is a comment. So maybe we can check this ourselves if there's not this comment, right? Or if it's not a comment. I think, did we have this code in our one already? So maybe we can just use how we did. Oh yeah. So we check if this kind of the trivia is single line comment or multi-line comment. Or, so if it is not a comment, so if this is not a single line comment and it is not a multi-line comment trivia. Does this look right?
Yep.
Let's hold that so, then we see it. Is there more comments? XML comment, multi-line. Ooh, XML comment. Okay. Multi-line comment trivia. Okay, cool. And I hope we kind of now emulated what Waslin is doing. And let's see what's happening now. If we still fail, that means you are right indeed. And this is not an auto-generated document.
Nice. I feel very accomplished.
So I guess we should move that one up to the not generated ones.
Okay.
And also the expectation.
Oh goodness, where was
Where did I
it?
get this from? Up to the non-generating one, this one, 7. And let's run the test. Okay.
No, I think.
Oh yeah, because, well, this should be now one more. No, wait a minute. Am I in the one? Yes, this should be now one more.
Yeah.
Because, but I made.
No. Oh, yes.
But it actually says.
But actually, it shouldn't because it's enable, right? And we want to enable. No, I'm confused now. I'm confused.
Where's the 11 coming from? Oh, wait a minute. That's good. No, we changed it to an 8. That's cool. But.
Okay.
Don't run all the tests, just this one, please. Do I have auto testing enabled? No. And no, but to be 8, but found 7.
Because it's.
Enable remove. We have this one should be removed. 1, 2, 3. No. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I pasted this wrong. So that's the one. Yes. Remove enable, null previous project, ignore generated documents. This one is not a generated document.
Yep.
Because we have a comment afterwards. Therefore, we move this one up to the remove enable here. And then in the expectation of ignore generated documents, we add this to the expectation. But this is not auto-generated, so this one should be removed.
Ah, okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm still a little bit
But this, no, wait a minute. This is not, I did it wrong again, right? I pasted the wrong one. That's my mistake. Twice even. I failed twice.
But it's really hard to see, like this. No, honestly, like I'm just watching it now.
Oh no, wait a minute. It was right. This is the, we have the nullable.
We have two documents, sevens, two documents.
No,
number
here's
sevens.
the 6 to the 7. So we have, this one is auto-generated because it's on top.
Okay.
You know what's actually, now that's a very interesting corner case, because, well, this document is currently not considered auto-generated.
Yeah.
Because this document is not, this comment is not the first one.
Yeah.
But what if we remove, now we say, okay, we remove that one. Now this document is auto-generated.
Yeah, but now we don't check for it anymore.
Yeah, but we change semantics of this document. Because now Waslan considers this is auto-generated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This is a bit of a corner case. I'll comment this out for now and do a to-do. I guess we shouldn't. We shouldn't. So actually, it is right. It is correct to be here. We should ignore this one because we would change semantics of this document. If there is an auto-generated coming afterwards, don't. Because we will turn it to auto-generated.
I'm not sure if, if this is actually something that could potentially happen. And if we have to check for every document, if we could change the semantics, I think
it is a bit.
But we can build it. We can build it. I mean, come on. We're here to learn. We're here to play around. So let's do it to do.
It is a dramatic corner case, yeah.
Look at it next time, maybe.
We don't want to change auto-generatedness of a document. Do not remove. Which means in the assertion of document 7, which is here, yeah, we definitely want to keep that. This should remain
nice.
Unchanged. Cool. Okay, so the test is right, our implementation not yet. So we should have a... Why does this pass now? So no, hold on. Yeah, this one passes because we now had it in the ignored, and this one doesn't because what we currently do is it looks like we move it. We move auto-generated from top to bottom. Now this is also weird, isn't it? Oh, that's my document 6.
What the hell?
What the hell indeed. So if we have here, okay, we do some more here.
Okay.
We keep that. What we do here is basically move that one down. Wait a minute. Is this just wrong in our expectation? We have auto-generated nullable. And in the expectation, we have auto-generated nullable. Auto-generated nullable. Yeah, our expectation is wrong. Since this is auto-generated, it should not be changed.
Okay.
My bad. Because document 6 says auto-generated nullable enable my namespace.
Okay.
Auto-generated nullable my namespace. That's cool. But document 7 now, in the auto-generated world, we have nullable enable auto-generated.
Yep.
Nullable enable auto-generated. Wait a minute, that's twice the same. No. Okay, document 6, auto-generated enable. Document 7, vice versa. Enable auto-generated. 6, auto-generated enable. Document 7, vice versa. Enable auto-generated. And it should not be changed.
Nice. Okay, but currently it does change. Right.
Then we have 0. Oh. I do not know why it's working, but it is. Okay. Cool.
What a beautiful.
Well,
Surprise.
Well,
Wow. Okay.
cool. Let's take that.
Let's take it.
Is it now because we changed this one? If I revert our generated code detector, I revert this back to our previous version where with the else. Is it still working with that? And if it is, then all is good. If it isn't, then we need to fix our is auto-generated comment. Log is, and it fails.
Yeah.
So we have a problem here.
Huh.
To do.
Okay.
We don't detect. So it seems that it actually is considered auto-generated if we use the Roslyn way of checking it.
Okay, you were right.
Okay. I got lucky though. So
all
the
right.
thing is, if we have some trivia, nullable enable, and then our auto-generated. This should be considered generated. Cool.
Well, but we still got a lot done. Had some really cool trivia, learned something. Had a laugh. Had some new ideas.
Roslyn trivia. So what's next?
Yeah.
What else do we need to do? I guess we now need to, well, it's the same thing. Do this, do the nullability, the remove enable, offer this as a command. And I guess that's it then. Well, and fix our generated code thing, but well, we could do this in a different pull request or a different change set because that's not quite related. We just found it via that. So we are almost quite done.
Almost quite done. And for everyone watching, thank you so much for going on this journey with us and building this feature with us. Yeah, and hopefully we'll also see you next time. When is next time, actually?
Yes, we'll be back on October the 2nd.
Same
Same time. Same place.
Time. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Thank you very much. Now I failed the I always fail the outro, don't I? We'll be back.
Always. Bye.